Ok, alors, Elisa is coming also, so welcome to everyone. Hello, dear friends. So, yes, now it is recording on YouTube, so I will send you the link after, so people can watch again if they want. Okay, and so we'll start as usual with a refuge, bodhicitta, in order to settle our mind in the good direction, let's say, aspiring to reach enlightenment for the welfare of all sentient beings. More than that, in order to establish them in the enlightenment. So, great task for us, but a beautiful task. Okay. Oh, Sangye Cho Tsoge Cho Nang Chang Cho Barato Dane Chang Tsoge Nage Chen Tsoge Pe Sanam Ke Dola Pinchire Sangye Drum Parai Shu Sangye Cho Tang Tsoge Cho Nang Chang Cho Barato Dane Chang Tsoge Dage chen soge pe sanam ke dola pinchire sangye drum pai sho. Sangye che dang soge cho nam la chan cho parato dane cha soge. Dage chen soge pe sanam ke dola pinchire sangye drum pai sho. Sim chen tam che deva tang dewe jo tang dun pai Dungal da dungal ge jo dang do wara jo dungal me be de wa dum ba dang men do wara jo ye ring cha dang ye dang da le dang nyam chen bo la na ba jo sem chen tam che de wa dang de jo dang dan ba jo dungal da dungal ge jo dang do wara jo dungal me be de wa dum ba Nindalora Juriting Yering Jatang Yedang Talang Junbola Nambara Jurai Timjin Tamje Devat Deve Jutang Danbara Jurai Dungal Dung Dungal Ge Jutang Dara Juriting Dungal Mede Devatam Mindalora Juriting Yering Jatang Yedang Talang Dungyam Chenpola na Parajuru Alen Sawe Lama Remba Che Tage Che Warbe Me Denjo Karin Chenpa Gone Che Tung Te Ko Tung Tu Ge Nga Trum Tsul To So. Okay, so we can start with this. So I hope everyone is going well and life is okay, even if it's quite surprising nowadays. And so we go back to the fourth Dharma of Gambupa, So we already almost saw the first two. So the Chö Sudrowa. Chö Sudrowa means Chö Dharma. Chö Sudrowa means the Dharma that goes to the Dharma. And so we saw what it means. So it means to be free from our ordinary preoccupation. In short, it's this, in fact. It's related to, and as Rudrasa Rinpoche explained us, it's really to be also be fully aware, to fully aware of impermanence and the shortcoming of cycle of existence. So these two, it's really important. But as we saw also, impermanence and aware of the shortcomings of the cycle of existence, it doesn't mean that that we have to be depressed, for instance, because or it's a pity, nothing is lasting, and so we'll lose everything. It's not that. It's really the exact contrary. It's more like to be more free, to be more fresh in a way. So it means that we are not depressed by the illusion that things or phenomena, they have to be solid, they have to be steady forever. So it means that we get rid of a delusion. So it's because of that, it's really something that makes us more easy, more open, more fluid. And it's a good news, because for us, as we know, it can be something difficult to reflect on the shortcoming of cycles existence. It depends, sure, but it can be because the life it's difficult, because there is a lot of suffering and many things, and because we all have to die, and so it's not particularly extraordinary. Because it's difficult to say, oh yes, very nice, and so I will die soon. So we don't have this kind of thought, because we enjoy life, because we, for instance, we can hear the Dharma, reflect, practice. It's beautiful. So the point is to become free. So to become free of our delusions. And so it's interesting because this first Dharma of Gampopa, Chö Chö Sudroha. So Chö Chö Sudroha means the Dharma that goes to the Dharma, means that we're not using the Dharma to build something illusory, because we can also, we can utilize the Dharma in order to create a very fancy world, a very pleasant or extraordinary world. Anyway, so it's more like to go back to the things, what they really are. And really, it's to see things as they are. And this is really a key word when you look in the sutras, in the classical text. It's absolutely clear. So to perceive things as they are. For instance, maybe you heard that from many texts or teachers. Maybe we say we say that we have to realize the two anatman, the two non-self. I don't know if you heard that, but the non-self of the phenomena and the non-self of the individual. So we explained that. So the two non-self, and it's exactly this. So it means that we have to realize that we are not exactly what we think we are, and phenomena that are not exactly what we think they are. So so really, it's to get free from an illusion, from different kind of illusion. So it's better after, in fact, because we don't expect something that cannot happen, and so it's better in that way. And so this is the first Dharma. The second Dharma. And it's important also because otherwise, as we know, just to make it clear, otherwise we can practice the Dharma. Sure, we may practice the Dharma, even if we don't are really aware of impermanence, of shortcomings of cycle of existence. Sure, and many of us, maybe we started practicing the Dharma without being aware of that. and it's okay also. But it's just Gampapa. He's saying this to help us to to progress on the path and to go to the good direction, yes, to the best direction we can. And so it's also just to say that it's not that it's bad, it's just a progress that we have to make. So an understanding, because the Dharma, it's always de samgom. De samgom means to listen, to reflect, and to practice, or to listen, to reflect, and to familiarize, to be, to be used to. Because gom, we say gom, the third, gom means meditation, sure, but as a Tibetan they say komne gom means from the habits come the meditation. So they play a sort of game with the word, komne gom, because kom means to be familiarized, to get used to something. It's easy because you trained in, and so you don't have to put many efforts to do what you want to do. So it's smooth, it's easy. So this is gom. So it's interesting because most often we forget that. We forget that because we think that, I was practicing bad the Dharma in the wrong way, and now I have to correct myself. This is true. We have sometimes, yes, to correct. But we also have to just understand that this is a process. So this is a process of understanding, and that's why we listen, that's why we reflect, and that's why we get used to, for instance, impermanence. This is a really, how we can say, this is a deep conditionment that we have. We think that things are real, but really how we can imagine it's not the case. So we see mountain, we see stones, we see tables, all the stuff around us, and even ourselves in the world itself. And so it's it's really strong, this habit to perceive things as they are, if they're like like they are totally solid and concrete. So we have to to train ourselves to perceive in another way. Just a little bit tea. We say in French, j'ai un chat dans la gorge. So it means that I swallowed a cat. I have a cat. So you can imagine how uncomfortable it could be to have a cat in the throat. So I have one, but maybe it's a yak because it's quite something anyway. I don't know how you say this in your language, but because in fact we our small group comes from many places with a lot of languages. So it's so funny. So anyway, very good. This is the international study group. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah. In 10 years, maybe we'll be 2,000, we never know. just to make fun. And anyway, so because yes, we were used to perceive things as we perceive. So we never perceive the impermanence. Maybe I told you, but on the impermanence, yes, I think I told you, there was a beautiful commentary on from Mipam Rinpoche on the fourth Dharma, fourth seal of the Dharma. And so this is in the Kejuk. So the Kejuk is the gateway to knowledge in English anyway. And in his commentary, he says that impermanence, it's never that you have a hammer that breaks the pot, for instance. Yeah, sure, this is also a sign of impermanence, but he says that this is the gross impermanence. It's absolutely not the impermanence that we speak about. The impermanence means that in any instant, it's changing, really. And so this we don't perceive. Absolutely, we don't perceive because we don't see the pot changing. You know, when it breaks down, we think, oh yeah, this is impermanence. Yeah, but it means that before we thought that it wasn't. You know, so impermanence, it's not that we think or that we believe. It's just we see, we understand. So it's totally different. You know, sorry, I was speaking about the cat, and I have a cat that want to enter in my room. So I will open my door because otherwise, you know, he scratched like this, and for 1 hour it will be terrible. So I'm coming back. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Ouais, c'est pas possible ce chat. Oh, oh, yeah. So this is the cat. So this is the cat, you know. Okay. He wanted to participate. So yeah, there is very nice stories of animals. This one of the pigeon, I think it was, I don't know, maybe during Bazubandu time. So I don't remember, but a pigeon that he was listening, you know, to the teaching. And anyway, next life, he was totally in the Dharma. Okay, so this is for the first Dharma of Gambupa. So the second one, Chö Lam Tu Droa. So Chö Lam Tu Droa means, okay, we change our mind first, and after we say, okay, we practice the Dharma. And so we want maybe first to practice the Dharma in order to get something. I don't know. We can wish for many things. So Gampapa says that there is two ways of turning the Dharma to the path. So the first one is turning toward the foundation of the path, and the second one is turning toward the actual path. We saw that, and so the first one, turning toward the foundation of the path, it is said in the commentary of the fourth Shama Rinpoche, it is said, entirely motivated by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. So, entirely motivated by that. So, I think, I don't know for yourself, but for myself, I'm totally on the first and second Dharma of Gampapa, because it's never finished. They never finished to understand impermanence and shortcoming of cycle of existence, and never finished to be entirely motivated by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, because it means that to be motivated by that, I have to understand completely what it means. So I think slowly we can speak about that also, because we have to, in fact, because bodhicitta is tremendously important. Otherwise, you know, because it says turning toward the foundation of the past means that that one then engages in them, in these practices, in order, whatever we do, in order to establish all sentient beings whose number equals the limit of space in unsurpassable awakening, and therefore wishes, may I definitely attain the awakening of the omniscient one, which is endowed with all of the 3 kayas and 5 wisdoms. So, you know, if we go in the details, so there is a lot. And the second one, turning toward the actual path, it's turning toward the actual path and the apparent level. One recollect that phenomena resemble dream illusions, through understanding that any of one's Dharma activities, whether great or moderate in degree, as well as loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, resemble dream illusions, the inseparability of method and higher knowledge is practice, and so the Dharma turns toward the path through these two. So we are here, in fact. We are on the second one. So it means, what does it mean? It means, first, so the first one, Lamgi Shirdowa. Lamgi Shirdowa means the turning toward the foundation of the past. The foundation of the past is developing love and compassion, bodhicitta, in short. Okay. Second one, Lam Ngösudoa. So Lam Ngösudoa, turning toward the actual past. And so it's interesting because Lam Ngösudoa can also be translated as Ngösudoa means to really go. We can also understand. But Lam Ngöne means the real path, the actual path, the really Lam Ngö. When you say Ngö in Tibetan, this is Ngöne means really. It's obvious. It's evident. So it's really this meaning. So Lam Ngö means the. So it's like speaking seriously about the path. So this is really the path. And so Lam Ngö Sudoa, so going to that really path in a way, we can say. And so for that, it's not something very, very easy, but very, very interesting. It means that we have to understand that phenomena resemble dream illusion. So this is said. So, okay, so I think here maybe we have to open a discussion about how to combine these two, bodhicitta and dream illusion. Maybe, is it okay for you? Because so like that we can reflect on that point. Because reflecting on that point, we give us a chance to practice the second Dharma of Gompopa. The first one, Chu Lam Du Droa, and the second one, Chu Lam Du Droa, and the second one, Lam Chu Su. Sorry, I just want to have the correct. Chu Lam Du Droa, Chu Chu Su Droa. Chu Lam Du Droa, yes. Chu Chu Su Droa, Chu Lam Du Droa. So the second one is the Chu Lam Du Droa. So the Dharma that turns toward the path. So the first is Dharma that turns toward the Dharma. And the second one, the Dharma that turns toward the path. Chu Lam Du Droa. So it means that the Dharma goes to the path. We can say, for this second one, we can say Chu Lam Du Droa. Chu, just a remark concerning Chu. Chu means also, as you know, it means Dharma, okay, for sure. And it means also in Tibetan, means phenomena. Phenomena. Maybe, I don't know if you know that, but maybe, yeah. Chu, so the same word, the exact, yeah, the same word, Chu means Dharma, Chu means phenomena. And so there is a reason for that, because in fact, knowing the Dharma means knowing what the Dharma, what the phenomena are. Okay, so usually in English, so we use a capital letter to speak about the Dharma as the teaching of the Buddha, and a small letter, so D, to speak about the phenomena. But the word is the same in Tibetan. In Tibetan, we never use a special letter to distinguish the two of them. So it's always Che. So the context tell you if this is the Che of the teaching of the Buddha or the Che, the phenomena. But anyway, it means that, as I said before, at the beginning of our discussion, So we have to get rid of illusions. So it means that, but it's not that we have to, but it's more fresh, it's more refreshing, it's more easy to get rid of illusion. It's not that we have to. We can be in the illusion, and if we decide, I don't know if we really can decide to be in the illusion, but this is another subject. But anyway, it's better to get free from illusion. So it's better to understand the Dharma. So understand the Dharma in the way, in the sense, understanding the phenomena, understanding the nature of phenomena. So this is Chu. So it's interesting because it means second Dharma of Gompopa, Chu, Lam to Joa, means the Dharma goes to the path, but it means also that our understanding of the Dharma goes to the path. So our understanding of what are the Dharma, what is the Dharma, help us to go, to enter, to engage into the path. Because why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because when he said, so there is two sections in this second Dharma. The second one, Lam ne sujwa. So going to the real path. Going to the real path means to understand that all phenomena are or resemble as a dream. He said that, yeah, resemble dream illusions. Resemble dream illusions. So this is okay. In Tibetan, we say milam juma tabu. Milam juma tabu. Juma means illusion. Milam means dream. Dream illusion. Dream illusion. So it means that this is our understanding of the phenomena. So it means that going really going to the path, or going to the real path, means that we have to understand dream illusion nature of phenomena, and developing love and compassion, developing bodhicitta. So these two. So this is the possibility of Che Lam Tutua, the possibility of the Dharma goes to the path. So in a way, the Dharma becomes the path. So to become the path, so we have to develop, we have to understand these two. So it means we have to understand or to develop or realize method and wisdom. So these are the two, method and wisdom. And maybe for that, is there something? No. Yeah. So maybe for that we can use Shantideva's teaching in order to understand this point in a very practical level, very, very practical level. And this practical level, it's the not the union, it's something like we use our understanding of what are the phenomena, or more precisely, what is the illusion of the I, the ego, in order to develop the equality with others. So this is the first step in the development of loving kindness. First I will explain you the general context. But maybe you know already, but anyway, when we speak of bodhicitta, we make four distinction. Yes. Anyway, four types. So there is the relative bodhicitta, there is the ultimate bodhicitta. So this is the first two, and after in the relative bodhicitta we have bodhicitta of aspiration and bodhicitta of engagement. So these are the four types. And but mainly we speak about relative bodhicitta, ultimate bodhicitta. And usually we say that we have first to attend to the development of relative bodhicitta. So it means be generous, patient, and developing love and kindness, and so on, you know. And slowly we can develop ultimate bodhicitta. This is the normal process. For instance, in Gompa, we say also like this. But, and not only in that, but many texts also in the Lojong tradition, in the mind training tradition, they are not saying the contrary, but they say that first we have to be totally aware of the ultimate bodhicitta, and you know, the dream illusion, or less, yes, the dream illusion aspect of phenomena or nature of phenomena, and then we can enter in the development of the concrete bodhicitta, means the relative bodhicitta. Okay, this is a way of saying. And but anyway, the point is that both of them has to be practiced together. It's not exactly that first we have to do something and after we can really do the other one. So it means that we'll try to understand both of them. Because anyway, so here in the teaching of Gompa, if we want to realize the second Dharma of Gompa, so we have to mix the two of them. It's not that, we cannot separate them. In fact, it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible, because as we see in the second part, turning toward the actual path, it means clearly that inseparability of method and higher knowledge. It is said that. So it means that we have to understand this inseparability of methods and higher knowledge. And so the Dharma turns toward the path through these two. So this is the end of this little part. So it means that the conclusion of his explanation is to say inseparability of method and higher knowledge is practiced, and so the Dharma turns toward the path through these two. So through these two, we accomplish the second Dharma of Gompa. And so I think we can use both Shantideva explanation and Lojong. Anyway, the two are totally linked. But I will use Shantideva more in the Bodhisattva. So for that, but it will not be just like that by memory. So I don't have the exact text here, because otherwise maybe it's a little bit too much. But anyway, it's if you want to check, if you have the Bodhicharyavatara, it's on the 8th chapter, so the chapter of concentration or meditation. So the sentence, the strophe, or the shloka 90. So you can check. So I will speak about the 90, 91 till the 96 or 7, I think. But mainly I will speak about the 90, because for us it's very important, the 90. Why? Because the 90 said that we have to develop the equality with others. Just that. Because equality with others, because Shantideva is saying that we are equal with others in front of misery and in front of happiness. We are totally equal. So it means that for him, clearly, to be able to develop love and compassion, that goes after. So first we have to develop this sense of equality with others. Without that, we cannot develop bodhicitta. I hope slowly it makes clear. So, okay, again, I put it clear. So for us, at this level of Gompa, teaching, we have to combine bodhicitta and emptiness, to make it short. Okay, so how to do that? Bodhicitta, how to develop bodhicitta? So bodhicitta means to have love and compassion, and more precisely, it means that I want to establish all sentient beings in the enlightenment state, in Buddha state, Buddhahood state. So I want to make them free from the cycle of existence, from suffering, clearly, totally, you know, and I want to reach enlightenment in order to do that. This is really the definition of bodhicitta. That's why first when we recite Sangye Chodan Tsogi Chonam La Chonchu Parto Dani Gyatsu Chindagi Chinsoge Besunan Rola Pincher Sunga Ruparacho. The third and fourth sentence is the bodhicitta. Sangye Chodan Tsogi Chonam La, so it means I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Sangye Chodan Tsogi Chonam La Chonchu Parto Dani Gyatsu. So till I reach enlightenment, I'm taking refuge. So it means by the practice of the wholesome virtue or action. So it means generosity and so on. For the sake of all sentient beings, I will reach enlightenment. So we clearly take refuge and we develop the vows of bodhicitta. So we're doing this in saying, and it's very important to have the meaning clear in our mind, because we say that I will develop all these virtues, and I will develop this sonam, this wealth, inner wealth, as the Karmapa always say, inner wealth. So this inner wealth, so this inner wealth will produce what? So so for the sake of all sentient beings, so I will reach enlightenment. I will realize the Buddha, Buddhahood state. I will realize Buddha. Sangye Drup. Sangye means the Buddha. Sangye Drup means I will realize the Buddha state. So this is the bodhicitta. So that's why we have to. I think it's very helpful to go to see what Shantideva says, because it's really helpful. Because Shantideva takes our hand and say, "Okay, don't worry, we'll develop this slowly and really firmly." So the first step, establish the equality with others. Establishing equality with others. So this is the main things necessary to develop afterward, to develop love and compassion. Without that, we cannot. It's impossible, according to Shantideva. So it means that first we develop this equality, then we develop the second step, and the second step is to exchange with others. So this is all the process of Tonglen, Lojong, and so on. But okay, I will try to make it simple. But first, okay, develop the equality with others. Okay, and you will see that there is a link with the wisdom. Because for Shantideva, he said that what I have in common with others, yes, it's having the wish or aspiration to be happy and trying to get rid of suffering. This I have. And this is the main point. And I have this without the necessity of understanding what is happiness for you precisely, what is suffering for you precisely. Because Shantideva said, there is no my suffering or your suffering. Impossible. There is no your happiness and my happiness. It never exists. So first we can think, but this is so strange, because when I'm happy, I cannot be sure that the other one, he's happy for the same reason, you know. It's impossible, you know, because your way of being happy and your way of being sad, it's totally different than mine. Yeah, sure, because we're all human beings, different and with different sensation, notions, and so on. Okay, and this is clear. But the point is not that. The point is that beside the fact that you may want special thing and you suffer because this or that, you have the experience of being happy and the experience of being sad, for instance, or suffer, you know, and this we have in common. I don't know what is the reason for you to be happy or what is the reason for you to be sad or depressed, but I know that you experiment this sensation of wishing to be happy or hoping not to suffer. This I have in common with all the beings, even with animals, even with any kind of sentient being, all sentient beings. I have this in common. You know, I cannot understand the pleasure of the tiger who has to kill a deer to be happy. I cannot understand, because I am not a tiger and it's very far from me, and I don't understand. Even the cat, you know, I don't completely understand the cat. This is sure. Okay, but I know something. I know that I see also, and I see and I understand that he tried to get something. He tried to get free from something. So he tried to be near from what will give him or he a certain amount of happiness, and he tried to be the farthest possible from something that he fears. So this I have in common, because I do exactly the same thing, even if my object of happiness or object of fear is totally different. This is, yeah, okay. But Shantideva, he's not saying that we have the same object of happiness and the same object of fear. He's just saying that we hope for happiness and we fear the suffering. So, and this is absolutely clear. I can be convinced by this. This is an universal law, totally. Even if I find someone very, very evil and you know, the worst of the worst, so maybe the worst of the worst, he also likes something, the absolutely contrary than the object of my pleasure, but he like when he can make other suffer, for instance, you know. It is his pleasure, even if it's totally contrary to ours, you know. For instance, someone like to kill animals, you know, and we don't want to kill animals because for us, it's not a pleasure, you know, to kill an animal. So I'm very far from that person, but I can be near from that person only if I understand that I have in common with that person the fact of the aspiration, the wish of being happy, the wish of being free from suffering. So this I have in common with him, with that person. And so this is really important for me, because otherwise, how I can develop love and compassion for that one. It's impossible. You imagine just a second, that this person, you really dislike. Okay, sure, you dislike it. You don't want to be the best friend of that person, serial killer, you want to be protected from that serial killer, for instance. But how you can love that person, how you can have compassion with that person if you don't find this common link that you have with that person. So that's why Shantideva says the first things we have to understand is the equality with others. And maybe at that point you may think, yeah, but we're very far from our subject, because here we speak about inseparability of method and higher knowledge. But you will see we are not far at all. We come nearer, in fact. It's an approach. Why? Because Shantideva says that if we have this in common, it's for one special reason. It's because I and others, all sentient beings, have identification to the I, to the ego. Otherwise, if they don't have ego, if they don't have a myself like I have a myself, I, a me, Jean-Marc, and so on, Nikki, Mar, Eder, Elisa, Casper, Regina, Pavel, if they don't have identification to who they are, to who they think they are, so it's impossible that they will have aspiration for happiness and fear for suffering. So what I have in common is the identification of I, of myself. And so to understand that this I or ego of myself, it's exactly the same one as yours, I have to understand that the ego is totally illusion. So totally emptiness. Why? In this kind of reflection, it's also always why? Because it's a chain of reasoning. And if you go to the chain of reasoning, so you understand the final point. So second step, it's to understand that we have an I. Third one, it's to understand that this I is totally illusory. Why it's totally illusory? Okay, to understand that, we have to understand something else. We have to understand that we use to develop this identification to an I, based on different phenomena. So for instance, because we have a body, because we have aggregates, this is pure Dharma teaching. Because we have 5 aggregates, we have the illusion of Atman. Without these aggregates, we cannot have I. We cannot have this illusion of the I, of the ego. It's impossible. Me. We cannot say me if we don't have a base, or if we don't have something that help us or makes us able to name. So we have to name ourselves. We have to say I am. We have to say I am according to certain things. So according to the aggregates. So it means that this I that you have, that I have, it's not related to the aggregate that I think are mind. Okay, I will go slow. So to think that I am, it's not because I have something special in my body and mind that makes me possibly thinking I am. Why? Because if I would need a special substance, for instance, or stuff to think I am, so you, Pavel, Regina, Nikki, Mar Eder, Eliza, Kasper, you will never say I am. If there is something special in myself, in my body, or in my mind that allow me to think I am, if this special stuff or thing will be only in myself, so you will not have the possibility of thinking that you are. So it means that your identification is possible even if you don't possess my body. And my identification is possible even if I don't possess your body. So it means that anyone who has a body has the same identification. So it means that the identification of I, it's not related to a special or particular body, but it's related to particular condition. So it means that this absolute certitude, certainty that I am, you also have the absolute certainty that you are. So your certainty, it's exactly the same than mine. Everyone you meet, even it can be a cat, an elephant, a mouse, giraffe, whatever, or what, yeah, or whoever, they all have a certainty to be. They are. And they think I am. So it means that if this certainty would be only possible if you have my body, you will never think I am. If this possibility of thinking I am will relate to your body, so I will never have the possibility of thinking I am. So it means that this illusion of I, that's why we say illusion of I, illusion of the ego, because you have the same one, but you have the possibility of having the same one. If it would not be an illusion, so it means that there is a reality of this I, and this reality of this ego is related to something particular. It's not something particular. Anyone has this same illusion. Okay? So it means that there is not an ego more real than another one. So your certainty to be, it's not less real than mine. You have a full certainty to be. I have a full certainty of being. We have the same certainty of be, So we have the same. So if we have the same, we're not different. And if we are not different, it means that an ego as I think doesn't exist. It exists only an illusion of I, an illusion of being myself that I can share with others. So anyone can be myself. So if anyone can be myself, there is no myself for real somewhere. Because if myself was totally true, so yourself will be totally wrong. Imagine that myself is the real one, so yourself will be the wrong one, the fake one. So you will be fake and I will be real. Okay? But you are not fake, you are real, you exist, and I exist. I cannot say that the real aspect of I is only on my side. So it means that the realness of I doesn't exist. Because if it exists, it can exist only somewhere. I don't know if I'm not losing you. I hope not. But this is a really important point in order to understand the inseparability of method and higher knowledge. Because this is the way of Shantideva. It's very interesting. For instance, he says, okay, he says that for your body, you think that you have a hand, you have a head, you have an arm, leg, and foot, and so on. And so you protect them all. This is in the 91 or 92 of the strophe or verse. I don't know, but from the 90 anyway, you will see. And he said, okay, you have these limbs, okay? And so you protect them totally. And you protect them thinking that they are yourself. You don't say, for instance, if you hurt your feet, you don't say, this is just the feet, it's not myself. You don't say that. You take care of your feet, and you take care of your hand, and you take care of your ear, of your eyes, or your body. Anyway, any part of yourself, you will take care, and you will take care of it because you think that these part of yourself are yourself. And for you, it's absolutely clear. And so, okay. So in the commentary of Kempo Kumbel, he said, but if you go to someone and to say, to whom I have to say hello, the person will say, you say hello to myself. But the person can say, no, but maybe I have to say hello to your hand, because maybe your hand is yourself, or your head is yourself, or your feet, or your leg. So what part is really yourself? But you will say, no, but this is crazy. You say hello to myself. I'm a totality. But in fact, this totality, it's a pure illusion. I mean, yes, there is a totality, but I mean, the hand has the same value. The left hand has the same value as the right hand. You cannot say the left hand is more myself than the right hand. So both of them are really yourself. So because of that, he said that, so there is nothing that prevent us to think that yourself, Ma, you're exactly like me. I can say, he says, the equality of other, it means that I have to understand that the other one perceive the certainty of being exactly as myself. So I mean, if I take anyone in particular, I can be totally sure that the sense of reality I have, it's exactly the same as you. There is absolutely no difference between yourself and myself on that point, okay? Maybe you live in another place, you speak in another language, but I can really slowly understand that there is absolutely no difference. So this is the path. of Shantideva, you know, the path of Shantideva in order to develop love and compassion. Because it says that if you are able to develop this sense of wholeness for your entire body, so it means that you will help your hand when your hand is sick, your left hand, and you will help your right hand when your right hand is sick. You will not say, no, I will never help the right hand, because the right hand, it's not exactly myself. So you will be totally equanimous. So you will act for any part of your body as is if was your you. You consider any part of your body as you. Any part. So he says that finding the equality with other means we understand that what is necessary for myself, it's absolutely necessary for the other one. Because there is no difference. Because when you want to get rid of suffering, you also want to get rid of suffering. When I want to be happy, you want also to be happy. No matter what makes you happy or not. It's not the point. So for Shantideva, this is really, really strong. When you start to reflect on that, it's really deep. It's extraordinary. Really, it changed something in yourself. So this is really the method. Huh? It's not, I'm not inventing that. Huh? You go and you see in the commentary of Khenpo Kumpel, Shantideva, Patro Rinpoche, all the best teacher we have in the Buddhist tradition, they say that, nothing else. And you go to Janggon Control in his commentary of Lojong, it's said exactly in the same way. So first step is to find the equality with others. So the only problem that we have is that usually we say this and up we jump to the second one, and we never take the time to understand exactly what it means. So that's why I think together we can do that job. So it means we can really go slow on trying to understand really deeply what does it mean. Deeply, it means really we can try to understand, and we have to understand. Otherwise, we'll miss the point, and we don't have the basis to go further. And so, but again, I want to highlight something: inseparability of method and a higher knowledge. Okay, when we touch the point, when we just perceive like this, there is that yourself is as real as myself. And if this is the case, it means that myself is not more true than yourself. So it means that the trueness of myself is not established. So it means that I have the perception or illusion that I am true, and you have the same one. So it means that both together cannot exist. They have to be illusion to be in the same time. I mean, if I would be the true I, you will never be the true I. To be totally yourself in the same time that I am totally myself. So it means that I need an illusion for that. I need an illusion that make me think that I'm the only one. Because this is the only possibility, to believe that I'm the only one. To believe, because there is nothing that says I'm the only one. I have to believe that I'm the only one. I cannot prove that I'm true and you're wrong, that you're fake. It's impossible. You are not fake, but you are not truer than myself. You know, we have an equality of trueness, of reality of I. We perceive this reality of myself the same thing. So it means that this is not absolute. It means that I'm not existing as a true self, and in the sense that to be true doesn't mean that you are fake. It's quite tricky to understand. That's why he used the example of hand, head, legs, and so on, because with that example, we understand that we really consider the left hand and the right hand in the same way. You know, we don't say this one is true, this one is fake. The two, or the both of them are totally real for ourselves. You know, we think we are ourselves. You know, so it means that any part of myself can be myself. So if any part of myself can be myself, it means that there is no myself. Because if myself will be only the left hand, so this one will never be myself. It's impossible, you know, you cannot say this is the right one. If you say this is the right one, so it automatically, it means that this is not. So to say that this it's real and this is real means the two are real. So if the two are real, so it means you cannot find the real one in this one or the real one in this one. There is no real ego in here or in here. You cannot find the trueness of ego somewhere. So you only find the illusion of trueness if everywhere. You understand this a little bit? I don't know. Okay, we can open a discussion on that. Maybe it's easier. I don't know. Because we have to understand this. This is a really, really important point. Yes, Nikki.
I've got the idea in my mind that there is a collective mind. And when we have the birth, this drops into our bodies. I mean, is it similar like that, or is it completely another understanding?
No, it's different, but it's a nice understanding. But the texts are really careful with that point, because they say the exact contrary, but exact contrary. There is no collective I in the Buddhist teaching, like a collective self. No, but I understand you, because we can think that we have a collective self, and after, when we take birth, so we individualize in a way. We just shape something. No, the point of view of Buddhists is a little bit different. They think that they don't speak about a collective self. They just says that everyone developed the same illusion of myself. That's why they speak about anatman, non-self, because non-self means emptiness. Non-self means when you realize the two non-self of the individual and non-self of phenomena, so you realize emptiness. So it means that you have the conviction of existing, I have the conviction of existing. You think that you are yourself, you are a self. I think I am a self, and really this is your experience and this is my experience. But I cannot say that you are fake, yourself. We have to distinguish. when we say yourself, it's so direct. So yourself, it's fake, and myself is the right one. So it means that we need to share the same illusion that makes us thinking that you are a self and I am a self. So it means that we have in common this illusion of the self. Because what I can be totally sure is that you think you are a self. And I know that, how I can know that, because I know that I think I am a self. I'm totally convinced that I am existing. I have a self. It's an illusion, but I have this illusion. And for Shantideva, it's very interesting that we have this illusion. It's so clever because he don't say, okay, we have just to realize the non-self. He say, yeah, but how? Just first, before going to that, just try to understand how we live with this self. And we live with this self thinking that it's real. But in any instance, so you think that you are existing, you are totally true. You're not fake. You know, you think, you perceive, you like, you dislike, you sleep, you wake up, you eat, you're born, you die, and exactly as myself. You know, yeah, there is absolutely no difference. You know, you have a total conviction. So for him, it's really interesting because for him, he says that if we have both of us the same conviction, it means that it should be illusory, you know. Otherwise, if it's not illusory and if only you are true, it means that I have to be fake. Oui, le chat. Sorry, I have to open to the cat because, as you know, when you have a cat, so you are at the service of the cat. So you are the doorkeeper of the cat. So yeah, it's okay. And I'm coming back. Viens, le chat, viens, viens, viens. Viens, le chat, viens, le chat. Va, hop. Ah là là.
Thank you. Now I got it.
You get it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. But anyway, you know, with that point, my personal experience is that I got it, I lose it. I got it, I lose it. I got it, and I lose it. I have to make the you know, it's like I have to make the journey in my reflection again and again and again and again and again, reading, reflecting, and training myself to see each other in the street. Okay, they have the same certainty. Yes, they think they are. They think they are. They think they are. I think I am. I think I am. You know, I have to train always, you know, but really, seriously, you know, I'm in the wherever, and I take a moment to think, okay, anyone I see, they have the total conviction that they are. Exactly as I have the total conviction of they are, that I am. They have the same one. They have the same certainty to be existing. So if they have the same one, so this is a total mystery. It's incredible, you know, we have the same one. If I have the same one, so we are not so different. So if we are not so different, it means that only the identification, so the grasping to an ego, makes me thinking that I'm the only one. Only that. So Khenpo Kumpel his great commentator of Shantideva. This is translated in English too. It's marvelous. In English, I don't know the name. Manchu speech or something like this. I can send you after on the group. I can send you the link with the books or the name of the book. But anyway, he take an example. It's a marvelous example. He take the example of a horse. A horse. And so there is someone who want to sell the horse and someone who want to buy the horse. Selling or buying the horse. And he said, if I'm the owner of the horse and I want to sell the horse, so if something happened to the horse before I sell it, I really worry because it's my horse, it's mine. Or you can say my car, it's maybe more easy with your car. You want to sell your car. It's your car. So you take care of it. You know that this afternoon you will sell your car. So you try that your car is clean and nothing bad happened to your car, and it's okay, perfect. So you're worried about your car, and so the buyer of your car, who will be the owner of your car, it's not presently the owner of your car, so he's not having worries about your car. Absolutely not, because he's not the owner of your car. So he's totally free of any kind of preoccupation concerning your car. Okay. So if someone, break your car, so you become mad because you say, no, I want to sell my car. So what you do to my car? It's your car. So the afternoon you sell your car. So your worries are finished because it's no more your car. It's the other one. So if something bad happened to the car, who cares? It's not your car. So it's not a problem, For instance, someone stole his car. Okay, that way it's not a problem for you. It's no more your car. So no one stole your car. So he used this example, not with a car, but with a horse, but it's exactly the same thing, to say only the identification to something as mine exists. There is no minus, mine. This mine doesn't exist. It's just a trick, illusory trick of identification. Only. So he said, the myself, or the self of the self in the myself, the myself, the mine self, the self of mine. So it means the self of myself. It's only an identification. It's nothing more. It doesn't exist apart that. There is no self beside or among or outside the identification. It doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the identification. And this really, friends, when we start to think about, it's a bomb in your mind. But really, I don't know. But really, for me, I'm not recovered from that shock. I think, no, I think it's just amazing, amazing to think about that and to slowly understand the ramification or the extent of the importance of that. It's incredible, all my life is related to that. all my suffering, all my happiness cannot exist without identification. And the Dharma doesn't say to me or to you that we are very bad, you don't have to do that, you don't have to get identified with this. The Dharma just say, this is the reality. And so just look at this. It makes you happy or it makes you suffer. It's not to say bad or good, how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, thank you for this amazing teachings. And I want to ask you about the identification, but in this case, about the Guru Yoga, which practice the identification, and it's also my main practice. Then I want to ask you if you can give some thoughts about this different way of the same, different approach to the identification, and if also I could apply this in this practice, I could apply as the ground the fact like the Atman, no, the
Yes, exactly. It's really interesting. I think for that, yeah, that's why on that point we have to take time. We don't have to rush, because it's really important. And again, to Samgom, it doesn't mean that now we are listening. So it means that we are studying. After we are reflecting. So it means it's a process. So maybe it will take our entire life to really understand what does it mean. Because really we have to be clear. Shantideva, all the great master and accomplished master, they understood that. They understood the illusion of the I or the self of the person and the self of phenomena. But wow, it's a big thing. Yeah, we have to go, we have to meditate, we have to reflect, we have to realize that this is a really important point. So it means that, coming back to your question, it's exactly what we train in during these practices, Guru Yoga, Yidam practices. It's exactly a work on that identification. It's the main work. It's the main challenge to transform the ordinary identification to a pure identification in order to get rid of. This is the intelligence, the profound wisdom of the Vajrayana. It's to use our confusion so clearly, to use the strength of our identification in order to transform into something really wealthy. So we try to transform the unwealthy aspect of identification to an wealthy aspect of identification. So it's more intelligent than saying, you don't have, this is the law, you don't have to identify. Because in the practical way of being as ourselves, we cannot live without identification. Even if we pretend, but anyway, I am, you are. So we are identified with our body till we die. This is a fact, a matter of fact. We cannot say, no, it's not true. Because if I cut your hand, you will not say, oh, no problem, it's on my hand. Never. And no one. No, and nowhere. So there is identification, and this is exactly what we suffer. And so it's not to say we don't have to be identified, because anyway we will be identified. But how are we identified? So this is the Vajrayana. So our way of being identified. It's exactly the same thing. That's why Shantideva is incredible, because he says, okay, it's an illusion, but you can try, you can use this illusion in order to be more compassionate, more full of love and kindness for others, because they share your same illusion. They share the same illusion as you. They are not different than yourself. So he used, this is the first step. This is already a sort of Vajrayana way of doing. You know, we are in the pure Mahayana, but he was also a practitioner of Vajrayana. Sure, all these teachers, you know, Atisha, he was also a tantrika. We never know that, but we know it in the text. It's written. You know, he was a tantrika, not only the Mahayana practitioner as we present. He was a pure tantrika, so they knew that anyway. And you know, you see, so the Vajrayana is based on these Mahayana teaching. Otherwise, we never understand why we think that we are Chenrezi. Why we are Chenrezi? We are Chenrezi in order to purify the grasping, the basic, the fundamental grasping to an I that comes with our birth. So what I suggest is that the next time I will take an extract of Jungong Control Odotaye on this identification with the purification, the development of I and the purification of that, purification of the process of birth and purification of the process of death through Kierim and Zogrim, in fact, because this is totally linked. But to make it short, just because now it's already 10 o'clock, it's incredible. It goes very fast. But just to now I make it short. But I think it's a very interesting subject, and we can do that. We can see that. Thank you, Eliza. If you think that my explanation is very clear, hopefully, because it's a tough subject, not that easy. I mean, it's not easy for me. It's not easy, maybe I don't know for you, but it's only we have to. Wow, because otherwise we think that's why the commentary of Kempo Kumpel is absolutely brilliant, really extraordinary. Because I will send you right away the name of this. This is sure, but it's beautiful, because it helps you to make to go through the Shantideva's words and understand, okay, really. And he gives very interesting examples, the hand is quite clear, the part of your body, and anyway. But this is the first step of identification. We have to understand how we use that power of identification. This is a pure confusion, because there is no I or self that exists for true, for real, as the Dharma always say us, it means, it doesn't exist intrinsically, so it's devoid of existence. All these words, we heard these words. So it means it's a pure illusion, but we live in that illusion. We live in that certainty. We live in that thinking, believing. We believe that we exist. So, okay. So if we believe that we exist, so we have a beautiful opportunity to understand what is this illusion. Because we experiment this illusion always. We are in the middle of this illusion. So this is the intelligence. This is the deep means of Vajrayana and Shantideva, for instance, to say, because we are in this, so we can know perfectly what does it mean to be illusioned by this illusion. So we can understand, because we are ordinary, we can understand something of our confusion. We are in the best place to understand how it goes. And so if we know how it goes, so we know why we suffer, so we know how to love others and how to have compassion for others. Because we know what is the reason to have love and compassion. Because we know that they're they are mistaken as we are mistaken ourselves. And because of that, we are trapped in this cycle of existence. And because of that, they are also trapped in the cycle of existence. So we can develop bodhicitta. So it means something to say, may I free them from the cycle of existence. Because it means, because I know I am trapped in the cycle of existence. So because of that, because I know, because I really know what it means, so I really make the wish that there can be free from that trap, as I want to be free from that trap. So bodhicitta start to be real. So the bodhicitta start to be real when you understand really why you have to get rid from that illusion. What it costs you. When you know what it costs you, so you know it costs you, it costs you a lot. So no, you will have, I will have to suffer from that when I die, because I will have to get rid of myself. And it's not easy. Absolutely not easy. And if I really understand that it would be more easier if I'm not totally attached to myself, I can really understand that. So if I really understand that, I can really make the wish that the other one also. It will be extraordinary if if all the others also can be free from that, because I know what it cost me. So, you know, it's on a way, on the perspective of Shantideva, it's very simple, you know. He say, oh, anyway, whatever you think, whatever you hope for yourself, the other one also hope for that. Whatever you fear of, the other one also their fear of. And so, okay, from that, we can develop bodhicitta. And so slowly we can reach the second Dharma of Gampopa. So it means we can understand the inseparability of method and higher knowledge. The dream illusion. This is the dream illusion. But what is the dream illusion, you know? So that's why we don't have to go too quick on that. Because we Buddhists, we are very strange. Because we think, okay, dream illusion, yes, we like to speak, oh yes, it's an illusion. Yes, it's very easy to say it's an illusion, you know, we say that always, you know, don't worry too much, it's just an illusion. Yes, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, but what does it mean, you know, to be in an illusion? What it cost you, what it cost me, you know, and how to get rid of that. This is real, you know, just to say to ourselves or to other one, oh, don't worry, it's an illusion. Yeah, it's easy to say. But how I will be, you know, free from that illusion when I will have to die? I will be very, very free and happy to die. You know, it's a really practical, you know, all these masters, you know, they have love and compassion for ourselves. They know that we're small beings, you know, we cannot pretend, I cannot pretend to be hyper cool, super cool, you know, when I will lose everything. My body, my health, my whatever it, you know, if I lose my computer, it's difficult for me. If someone stole my phone, I'm not particularly happy, you know. So this is if my cat, you know, die, or crushed by a car, so it's not a good day for me. Anyway, so so Dharma, it doesn't mean that I have to smile every day. But Dharma is something, it's more, personally, I understand the Dharma like just a light on my life, the light of the situation in which I'm trapped. So, because this is the bodhicitta, if I know my suffering, I know yours. Otherwise, I will never understand. Whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you say, even if someone say, I'm suffering, if you say to this other one, oh no, it's nothing, don't care, don't take care. Okay, you can say that, but it doesn't mean you understood what really the other one told you. Because you are not as open as you think you are to your own suffering. You don't understand easily the suffering of others. Or you say, no, don't worry, it's nothing, because you really mean that, you really think that, it's really clear. And so you can say, okay, I will explain you. You really don't have to worry, but there is good reason for that. And so there is a path for that. A path that leads to the other shore, to the nirvana. So nirvana means the end of suffering. You know, we are Buddhist. To be Buddhist means taking the path of the end of suffering for ourselves and others, nothing else. Yeah. Okay, friends. We stop here. I think we have enough for today.
I just want to say thank you for I mean, all the teachings are amazing, and today also is amazing. And I think this video also, I want to watch it again and again, because really many of my questions are answered also in this morning. Thank you very
Perfect.
much.
No, but it's a really, for me, it's a pleasure, because without you, I will not have this opportunity of reflecting on the Dharma, because it's not really, this is really an important point. It's not that I'm explaining you the Dharma. It's that together we reflect on the Dharma. And because of that, it makes me the real possibility of understanding. Otherwise, I will never have the opportunity or really reflecting. We are in the same process for that. This is absolutely sure. And this is important, because altogether, just the point is to understand the Dharma. That's all, and if we reach that, so this is good, because we can. So it means that we have something to do in our life. We can live in a better way. We can, and maybe we can help others to live in a better way, and going to the Dharma, because the second one, it's beautiful. The second one is Che Lam Tu Drowa. So the Dharma that goes as the way, the Dharma that turns toward the path. So this is the objective. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, friends. So I will send you the link. First, we will make the dedication of merits, and after I will send you the link of this video. If you want to share that video, maybe we'll decide to open totally this group to others and to speak about that. But right now, you can just share the link to someone who wants to listen. Why not? It's possible always. It's totally open. But anyway, yeah. O sunam di tam je zeng pa ne tom ne nye be nam pan de ke ga na je ba la tu pa ye se be tsong le ro do wa rai sho. Yeah, okay. Thank you to all of you. All the best. Take care. And I will send you the name for these books. Okay, this text. They are really
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So see you very soon.
Thank you so
Take
much.
All the
care.
best. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye.